Welcome everyone to the fourth day of Lightning Talks. This one has, on short notice, moved to Saal 4. And thank you all for coming down here. Sven and B9 Punk are going to guide you through this and call the speakers up. This is actually a 2-hour slot. So, enjoy.
Yes, welcome to the show. The status last day was we would have 5 talks today, and there were 3 leftovers from yesterday, so that would sum up to 8 talks for about an hour. But meanwhile, there were more entries in the wiki. So now we have the 3 talks leftovers from yesterday and 15 for today. So be prepared for 2 hours of lightning talks, and I hope it just all goes smooth. I still didn't see all the speakers up here. We didn't check all the computers, so be prepared for some delay in between. But I also hear that there are some people here who would speak without any special requirements as for slides. They would just come up here on stage, let's say, and speak freely to you. So I hope you're all prepared to jump in between. And maybe could I just get a hand sign from the speakers, all the speakers in this room, please? Right, so there's 2 in the back. Would you please move up front here? There's 2 seats reserved for you. Thanks, guys. Right, so there's the 3 leftovers from yesterday. I know the first one is right here, Fukami, who will give the first talk of today. Then there was a woman who also wanted to give a talk. And you were here? Okay, just so I know where you are. And then there's the 3rd one from yesterday, and I haven't seen him anywhere. So, are you here? Well, if anyone who doesn't show up in time will be moved to the end, so that's the rule. We just continue. And we will start off with Fukami's talk from yesterday. And, shift. So getting set up. Yes, there's lots of room for improvement for these lightning talks, as you probably noticed. We've taken notes, but just in case we missed one, we would like to remind you that on the website there's a button to give feedback. So you can vote on something and you can leave a note. That's cool. We will actually take a look at these notes, you know. So please do make use of them. Please do enter something. And yes, this kind of problem we had before, so no problem. Hey, so Fukami, here you go.
I'm going to talk in German, although my slides are in English, because it's mainly an idea we want to have for the German community. So, so that's the reason why I'm going to talk in German. Ja, okay. Ja, also das Thema ja, Datenverlust ist aus dem Grund mal vor einiger Zeit so in unseren Fokus geraten, also vor einigen Tagen vor allem, weil es ja immer wieder so Vorfälle gibt, wo eine Menge an persönlichen Daten verloren geht. Also es gibt halt diesen Zustand, dass wirklich jede Firma irgendwie jeden Kram, was sie sich Ausweisnummern, Kreditkartennummern und so weiter speichert, inklusive Adressdaten, Namen, E-Mail-Adressen und so weiter. Und es gibt in Deutschland und auch soweit ich weiß in Europa kein Land, in dem diese Sachen in irgendeiner Form geregelt sind. Wobei wir natürlich als sozusagen als Nutzer dieser Plattform und so weiter einfach schon informiert sein wollen darüber, wenn da halt ein Security Breach stattgefunden hat und man weiß, dass die Daten, die auf diesem Server lagen, irgendwie in der Welt verteilt wurden. Und ja, da eben sehr viele von diesen Sachen auch benutzt werden können für etwas, was es hier in Deutschland vor allem auch noch nicht so sehr gibt, nämlich Identitätsdiebstahl, ich weiß nicht in dem Maß, wie es in Amerika ist, wie wir das erwarten können, sind wir jetzt so dabei, mal zu überlegen, was wir eigentlich so machen können. Es gibt ein Beispiel in den Staaten, das ist DLDOS, das ist die Data Loss Datenbank von Attrition.org, die bekannt geworden sind durch eben Defacement Mirror früher und angefangen haben, Incidents zu tracken, in denen große Firmen oder Institutionen, Universitäten, irgendwie Bundesbehörden und so weiter Daten verlieren und eben veröffentlicht haben sozusagen mit Anzahl der Datennetze, die verloren gegangen sind, plus was diese Datennetze enthalten haben. Das publizieren, und das liegt daran, dass in Amerika in manchen Bundesstaaten Gesetze existieren, die das regulieren, und wir sind der Meinung, dass das eine gute Idee ist. Ja, und diese Liste gibt's, also besteht aus 3 Teilen eigentlich, nämlich immer eine Mailingliste, einem RSS-Feed, den man abonnieren kann, und es gibt diese Liste der Vorgänge als CSV-Datei. Ich habe schon gesagt, dass hier, also in Deutschland sieht es ein bisschen anders aus. Im Moment ist es so, dass es keine Verpflichtung gibt von den Firmen, das zu melden. Das heißt, wenn sowas passiert, dann hört man das meistens über irgendeine Security-Firma oder über Bekannte, oder wenn man halt irgendwie mal einen Pentest gemacht hat und jemand erzählt, ja, da war mal irgendwas. Aber eigentlich gibt es sowas nicht, und das ist gut und schlecht. Also schlecht ist daran, dass eben die Nutzer der Plattform das nicht wissen. Gut daran ist, dass man sehr oft sozusagen so eine Vorfälle, wie auch immer, so klärt, dass der da aus Versehen oder wie auch immer auf der Seite was gefunden hat, sich die Firmen in der Regel nicht schadhaft an dem halten, was natürlich ganz anders werden könnte, wenn die Firmen verpflichtet werden dazu, solche Vorfälle zu melden. Also das ist halt so eine von den Diskussionen, die man sicherlich führen muss. Und wie gesagt, es gibt halt keine Regulierung. Was wir eigentlich gerne wollen, ist, dass man Firmen und auch staatliche Stellen, die mit persönlichen Daten von Nutzern zu tun haben und die solche Vorfälle haben, das melden müssen. Und ja, sind sogar in der Diskussion so weit, dass wir gerne, oder dass wir halt überlegen, das so weit zu bringen, das wirklich in die Gesetzgebung oder so zu bringen. Bisher gibt es, weil es eine recht frische Idee ist, noch nicht viel. Wir fangen an, haben wir eine Mailingliste eingerichtet, dataloss@kölnccc.de, auf der wir so ein paar Sachen diskutieren wollen. Das heißt, wie man sowas publiziert, wie man sowas zusammensammelt, was wir eigentlich wollen und so weiter. Wie gesagt, die Diskussion ist frisch, deswegen auch hier nur als Lightning Talk und nicht viel mehr. Okay, das war's schon.
Yes, and just another reminder, there's three things that you must do with your data. First is a backup, second, another backup, and third, backups. And so here we go. This was really good in time. Thank you very much, Fukami. Next on our list would be you, her name I forgot right now, sorry. Please introduce yourself very quickly, and you're just giving a talk from your handout? Like this?
No, we have slides.
We got slides. Good, you're here. Right.
Okay. No, it's not the right slide. Okay. Okay, all right, that's it. So my name is Ann Harrison, and I work for a group called Benetech, which is a nonprofit tech company in California. And we create tools for the human rights community and for disabled people. About 5 years ago, Benetech teamed up with Amnesty International and Human Rights Watch and a bunch of other grassroots human rights groups to create a tool called Martis, which helps human rights groups collect, organize, encrypt, and securely back up really sensitive information. About 10,000 human rights groups operate around the world, but they lose a lot of data due to confiscation, destruction, theft, neglect, etc. And it makes it really difficult for these human rights groups to collect data and give it to prosecutors and truth commissions to use to prosecute people for human rights abuses. So they asked us to develop a tool, and here are some of the features that Martis offers. This is what they wanted. They wanted it to be easy to use, easy to configure, ability to search and sort bulletins, backup servers for safeguarding information, very important, and a web search engine for public data. Let's go to the next slide. So this is the Martis workspace. Gives you a sense of what the interface looks like. The Martis tool is free, it's open source, it's in 8 languages, including Arabic, Thai, Russian, Spanish, Persian, Nepali, and French, and English, no German yet, sorry, If someone would like to translate, we're always looking for translators. We're especially looking for Portuguese, Pashtun, Dari, and Farsi translators. Our fastest growing language is Arabic. And we also look for code review. Our code is up on SourceForge. So, next slide. So you download Martus off martus.org, M-A-R-T-U-S. You create a password-protected account, generate a series of bulletins. This is bulletins, sorry about the fuzziness there. And you can attach other documents or files or image files to this bulletin. The data is encrypted locally on the user's machine and backed up to their choice of servers. The Martus project runs 4 servers around the world managed by nonprofit groups. Let's go to the next slide. So you can attach files, as I say, of any format to Martus bulletins. You can scan in information, photos, text files, spreadsheets, etc. Next slide. There's some information that you can keep completely private and information that you can choose to share with other members of your organization or the public. Data sharing was a really essential feature of this tool, really important. Next slide. This just gives you an idea of how to share information with your headquarters. A lot of NGOs have headquarters and then field offices, and this gives you some sense of how the tool allows people to do that. Next slide. So you can select who sees your information bulletin by bulletin, which information is private and which is shared. Next slide. And this shows a little bit about how Martus can be customized. Each organization collects different information. This gives you a sense of the kind of customization you can do with this tool. It was really important that human rights groups were able to just customize it to collect the data that they wanted. At the moment, our servers are located in Hungary, Kenya, the Philippines. We just moved our Seattle server to Vancouver, Canada. If you know an NGO that has a physically secure colo facility, please talk to me. We would love to have a server here in Germany and one in Amsterdam as well, and we're working on that, thanks to folks here. Traffic analysis is obviously a really big deal for us, and we're a big fan of Tor. Yes. I'd like to make the point here that we're not talking about privacy, we're talking about safety. This is life and death information. We don't make the privacy argument, we make the safety argument. So it's a different thing. Next slide. So Martus is totally searchable. If you create an encrypted database you can share, you have to be able to search it. So this has really powerful search features. So they can enter in a bunch of data and search it, get the information that they need. Martus is used to protect human rights data and witnesses in 15 countries around the world, including Iraq, Burma, Colombia, Guatemala, and the United States, my home country, where it's used to encrypt and securely back up the legal documents used to defend the Guantanamo prisoners, which is very sensitive data, obviously. You know, because it's freely downloadable off our site, both the client and the server software is freely downloadable. Anyone can set up a Martus server. We don't know exactly how many people are using the tool, and it's really none of our business. So if you want more information about this, feel free to email me. My email address is ann.h@benetech, benetech.org. I'm sorry I don't have more CDs to hand out. I've already handed out a bunch of them, but you can download it right off the website, and we'd be happy to assist you or any other NGO that you know of. It's also used by lawyers, activists, journalists, and a bunch of other people who have really good reasons to keep their data secure. Thanks.
This was nearly 5 minutes on the second. Great sense of timing. So there's one leftover from yesterday. Has this guy turned up? Do you know who you are? Do you remember? No. All right, so we continue with today's round of talks as presented from the wiki. So